are very talented. Is this what you want to be, an artist?
I used to want to be like Xena, warrior princess.
Not anymore. Now?
I want to be a killer.
High classic film recap here. Don Vargas and Antonio part ways with a tense farewell, the boss's rage barely contained. They shake hands briefly, and the older man calls him a brother. Antonio hands over an encrypted USB, his last delivery. When asked if the slate's clean, he nods, and they embrace. Then he leaves. Don Vargas immediately turns to Raul and orders Antonio's execution. Kill these scum. In the car, Antonio punches the steering wheel and warns his team he was foolish to trust Don Vargas. The boss has now targeted Antonio's wife and daughter Isabella. Exactly what he feared, so he knows the hit's incoming. He races home and yells for his wife Maria and Isabella to grab essentials now. We've got 8 minutes. As Maria dashes upstairs, he kneels to Isabella, slips her a microchip necklace disguised as jewelry, and says it's her lifeline if he's gone. He gives her an emergency contact card and whispers it'll keep her safe. She's terrified, but he swears she'll survive if she follows his plan. Mid-instructions, a fleet of SUVs screeches up, and gunmen demand Antonio. His guards stall, claiming he's out, but as he sneaks to the back, more assassins ambush from the shadows. He yanks assault rifles from a secret wall safe, tosses one to Maria, kisses Isabella, and barricades for the assault. The attackers storm in with flashbangs and automatic fire, mowing down the front guards in a hail of bullets. A fierce shootout explodes. Antonio nails 2 with headshots. Maria drops another with a burst to the chest, but the odds overwhelm them. Maria sprints for the stairs, dodging rounds, but gets riddled and tumbles down right before Isabella. Antonio charges to her side, unleashing suppressive fire, but takes multiple hits to the torso and collapses beside her, gasping his last as Isabella watches in horror. The killers confirm the kills. One aims at Isabella, but Raul halts him. She's innocent. He kneels calmly and explains her father crossed Don Vargas, the man who mentored him, and this is payback. Stunned, she stares. He demands the microchip, and as he reaches, she whips out a concealed blade and slashes his arm deep, screaming she'll end Don Vargas. She smashes through a glass door and launches into a high-stakes parkour chase across rooftops, leaping gaps, sliding down drainpipes, while the crew unleashes volleys of gunfire. She vaults onto a moving truck, hijacks a motorcycle mid-pursuit, weaving through traffic as bullets ping off vehicles. They split up to flank her. She ditches the bike, crashes through a market stall, grabs a vendor's knife, spotted again. She dives into a storm drain, swimming through murky water while Raul unloads clips into the grate. Emerging in downtown Bogota, soaked and determined, she beelines for the U.S. Embassy per her father's orders. The guard questions her. Wordlessly, she hands the card. Inside, after probing, she regurgitates the microchip from her stomach, declaring it her passport. Shocked by its contents, incriminating data on Don Vargas, they fast-track her to Miami with an agent escort. During a stopover, she slips away in the bathroom, evading the agent by climbing through an air duct and blending into the crowd. She buys a bus ticket to New York, her father's backup address. Wandering, a stranger asks her business. She shows the card. It's his employer's place. Inside, Roberto is interrogating a bound thug with brass knuckles until interrupted. "A girl's here for you." He dismisses it until hearing her name, then rushes out, embracing her in tears. He thought she perished with her parents, but vows protection now. Isabella wakes in Roberto's home, joins him and Grandma Sofia for breakfast. He mentions his murdered son, eyes hardening with unresolved fury. He avenged him fully. Spotting her sketch, he assumes artist dreams, but she interrupts. "I want to be a killer. Teach me." He nods without pause. Next day, he enrolls her in school via a hefty bribe, despite closed admissions. The principal caves, citing her orphan status. But Isabella balks. School's irrelevant. Roberto draws his pistol, shoots out a car's tires causing a multi-vehicle pileup, then glares. Triggers easy, surviving aftermath is hard. Education's your edge. Sirens approach, she relents. 15 years later, 2 cops on break get rammed by a swerving sedan. The drunk driver, adult Isabella, stumbles out giggling as they cuff her. At the precinct, her fake ID holds. She feigns nausea, so they lock her in holding. That night, a marshal brings high-value prisoner Victor in, warning vigilance. He passes Isabella's cell where she pretends to sleep. Alone, she uses a cup and spoon to drip water on electrics, shorting lights. She climbs into vents, timing past a restarting fan blade that nearly slices her. Dropping near Victor's block, she ambushes the guard with a chokehold, props him up, enters his cell disguised, and executes Victor with the guard's silenced pistol, staging it as suicide. Alarm blares, chaos ensues as guards swarm, restraining the shooter, guard. Isabella slips to roof, dodges spotlights in a tense cat and mouse with pursuing officers, firing back to cover her retreat through a side hatch, re-entering and resuming her sleep pose just as they check her. Agent Hayes arrives, spots the burned orchid symbol on Victor, a signature from prior kill. Isabella, free, discards disguise, calls Roberto, targets, now in Miami under CIA protection post-Colombia heat. Raul meets CIA liaison Thomas, tense accusations of leaks tied to Antonio's death. Don Vargas blames Raul's sloppy work. Hayes widens suspect net to all station visitors. That night, Isabella unwinds at boyfriend Alex's, sharing a passionate moment. She leaves pre-dawn, alias Sophia. Meets Roberto at a diner, he passes next target, warns against signatures. She defies my rules. Hayes learns orchid's a Colombian flower, hits classified blocks. Isabella's next mark, sleazy tycoon partying with guards. She infiltrates via underground tunnels, emerges in chaos, takes out perimeter sentries in silent knife fights, plants orchid, then engages in a wild shootout when spotted, dodging lasers, flipping over tables, capping the tycoon as sharks circle his pool. Hayes pressures Thomas for files, stonewalled. Doubts a woman's capability. Isabella bonds deeper with Alex. He photographs her sleeping. She panics, flees. Roberto confronts her with news clipping, reckless. Cuts her off, hands family photo, walks away devastated. Alex shows friend the photo. Friend runs it through PD database, alerting Hayes. Match confirmed, lead locked. Defying cutoff, Isabella visits Roberto's church home. Sophia comforts, but Raul's tailing. Isabella spots FBI siege on her apartment via cams. She raids neighbors, stashes gear, rigs explosives. FBI breaches, she detonates wall, creating diversion explosion. Rappels elevator shaft amid gunfire echoes, disables garage cams, vents to subway tunnels, evading SWAT in a claustrophobic pursuit with flashbangs and near misses. Arrives at Roberto's, trashed. Finds Sophia shot, Roberto executed. Breaks down sobbing. Ambush at Hayes' home, gun on him, reveals bomb chair. Explains Don Vargas murdered her family, hits were messages. Demands CIA protection intel, threatens his kin. Leaves meal hint to disarm. Hayes storms Thomas's office, demands location amid family threats. Isabella calls, sniper dot appears. Thomas mocks bulletproof glass, she shatters it nearby. He caves, provides address. Isabella coerces surveyor for blueprints. Raul preps defenses. She launches RPG barrage into compound, blasting guards in fiery explosions. Crashes truck through walls, mows down escapees in machine gun spray. Infiltrates, shoots through floors in vertical firefight, grenades collapsing sections. Close quarters brawl with Raul, punches, towel chokes, improvised weapons, toothbrushes as shivs, belt garrotes, ending with her stabbing him fatally with gun parts. Don Vargas flees in van, blocked by, waste, truck, her setup. Calls her, she reveals dogs inside. Commands, eat. They maul him savagely. Hayes questions Alex. Isabella calls mid-interview, love confessions, real name reveal. Hangs up as Hayes grabs phone. Alex freed. Isabella vanishes, forever vigilant.